Good.
Yeah, when the sun comes out, everybody's got a big smile on their face, don't they? Well, that's awesome. It's been a great week here with Impact 101. We've got 4 of our top leaders on the call here today that are going to share exactly how they're building big and fast, how they're building globally, how they're making this thing happen, and how they're helping people get to where they want to be. Because that's really the key. If you come at this with a big heart of wanting to help a lot of people, and when you do that, the results come back to you many, many times over. So it's going to be an outstanding call here today, sharing some real nuts and bolts. You're not going to get a lot of fluff. That's not what we do. We give you exactly what you need to do, what you want to do to get the results that you're looking for. And, you know, it's all about building globally. Global is where it's at, because when you build global, well, first off, you know, we're a global society. Just look at your Facebook contacts. You probably got people from everywhere in the world as a contact there. We are connected more than ever before on a global level. And when you take something like we have that everybody wants and everybody can do, you can spread it out with the tools that we've developed so that you can build a global team. Now, why do you want to do that? Because you want to be part of the 24-hour receiving club. Because that means while you're sleeping, your global team in other parts of the world are building their teams, they're building their platforms, because you've worked with them, you've showed them how to do it. And when you wake up in the morning, you look at your inbox and there's a bunch of messages saying, awesome news, you've got a donation coming. I'll tell you, that's when things get exciting, when you're receiving donations when you sleep. We're going to show you how to do that here today. It's not difficult what we do, but you still have to do it. Knowing how to do it is one thing. Taking action is really the big, big factor in it all, because as we know, massive action always produces massive results. And, you know, we're going to show you how you can build in just quick little snippets of time, couple minute segments here and there, because all the tools are in place for you to be able to do that. That's the key. You know, I've been involved in businesses and opportunities where I had to drive 100 miles in one direction to sit down and meet with someone for 3 or 4 hours. And it was so complicated. And then I had to come back 3 days later to tell them all about it again. And, you know, it was just brutal. It is not conducive to the lifestyle that we're all looking to achieve. So, you know, when you get smart and you use the tools, let them do all the work for you, and you realize your job is just to sift and sort through people, it gets real fun. The results come quickly and things happen in a big way. So again, welcome everybody. This is our Saturday Global Building Training Call. Great call lined up today. 4 great speakers from all over the world. We're going to get started right at the top of the hour. Make sure you take some notes. And also remember, these calls are always recorded. They're in your back office behind the all videos button. So it's always right there for your team to plug into during the week so that everybody can get right up to speed with it all. So we're going to wait till we hit the top of the hour. Then we're going to start the recording and we're going to get this show on the road. And it's going to be a fast and furious call once we get going, with lots of information to share with everybody. So we're just waiting for the clock to strike the top of the hour and we'll get going. All right, there we are. I see we're there now. So if we can start the recording, we're going to get this call started. Okay, we are live. We are recording. This is our Saturday Global Building Training Call. This call is all about sharing with everybody the simple things that you can do. And if you do them over and over again, you're going to get tremendous results. There's nothing complicated about what any of us do here. We just rear back, take action, and do simple things and do a lot of them. So I'm John Van Derzen here in Canada. I want to welcome all of our impactors from around the world. We've got 4 great speakers to share with you today, so let's get this show on the road. First thing I want to talk about, you know, we're just over 18 weeks old. It's unbelievable. That's about 4.5 months. We've already got impactors in 147 different countries around the world. You look at this page with the flags where we have impactors, it grows every week, and there's a big message there. It means we have momentum on a global level. It means we're accepted on a global level. We have what everybody wants. We have what everybody can do, and we've got a huge community that is in a big push with this around the world, impacting as many lives as they can. So you're in a great spot at a great time. Let's take a look at our website. Couple changes recently. I want to make sure everybody's aware of it. You know, 25 years in the relationship marketing industry, I've never seen a website that looks like this. It's phenomenal. You get people to our website, they're going to know that something big is happening right away. I mean, they look at this page, they see this is an older screenshot, but we now have 147 total countries. That sends a big message. You look at these promotions, the Stars of the Week, President's Cup, it immediately tells people big things are happening globally. You look at the language button and click on it. You can get most of the front of the website and most of the back office in these languages: Spanish, French, Hindi, Russian, Simplified Chinese, Traditional Chinese. That means now that well over half of the world can read our website in their language, and they can do everything they need to do in the back office in their language. You look at the videos that we have, the tools are right there. So it just comes down to knowing how to effectively use these tools to move it ahead. Another fantastic tool that we have for building globally is our YouTube channel. You know, I talked about this before we started the call. You want to think global because you want to be part of the 24-hour receiving club. That means you've got people building their teams and platforms all over the world. While you're sleeping, you're actually receiving donations. It does not get any better than that. So if you use our sites and our tools with the languages, and you use our YouTube channel, on our YouTube channel, we have most of our videos there. People can plug in here. You can pull off a video. They can put it into any language they want with subtitles, and they can get the big picture on Impact 101. Tremendous tool for building globally. If you go to your back office, click on the blue videos button, you'll see this orange box. It'll show you how to access our YouTube channel, how to convert those videos to any language you want. Very, very powerful. And you're going to hear from some people that are using these tools to build a huge global team. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We want to hear from our rock stars on the call today. They're going to share exactly how they're doing it, how they keep it simple. And I've learned a long time ago, if you want success, find some successful people, find out what they're doing, and just copy it. You don't need to go reinvent the wheel. Just copy what these people teach you today. You'll have huge success. So let's start off over in the UK. We've got a lady there who joined in the first hour when this company launched. She's just been rolling hard with it, doing phenomenal things, an inspiration to everybody. Rebecca Barrett, could you come on, share some of the simple things you do to build?
Hello, John. Yeah, thank you for inviting me to talk today. And yeah, as you said, I joined as soon as I could when I when you sent me the information. I was really excited to be a part of it. And at the time that I joined, I was in a really bad financial situation. So I think a lot of people have probably heard my story, but I'm a single parent to 4 children under 10, and I had to pay my rent in 2 days, 2 days after I joined, and I knew that I didn't have enough to do that. So I wanted to use this platform to enable me to basically raise funds to cover my rent, because if I didn't pay it on time in full, then I would have been told that I had to leave my house and find somewhere else to live, basically. So I got involved. I started to share the platform immediately, and I reached out to people that I knew. So if you know any networkers or anyone that works from home, these are the type of people that I connected with. People that I was friends with on Facebook, because that's the main. Basically, I use that all the time. I'm always on Facebook. So yeah, anybody that I knew on there. And I, in those first 2 days, I actually had more than enough to cover my rent. But it's been consistent since then that I've always had money for things that we need. So like obviously my rent every month and bills, and because I have got 4 children, it's just everything is so expensive. Like even a food shop is ridiculous price, and school trips and school clubs and stuff, school uniform, shoes, it's never ending. So being able to go from a position where I was really worried about money all the time to being in a position where I've always got money to pay for stuff that I need, that's a massive difference. It took a massive weight off my shoulders and just completely changed everything. So yeah, I'm obviously glad I joined, but I constantly share this with people. So as I said, I still reach out every day to people that I know, but once a month I only post in one Facebook group a month now. And if anyone wants me to send them what I use, what I do post in the groups, I'm happy to send me a message, because I like to reach out to leaders, find new leaders around the world as well. And one person I connected with recently was a man called Jeffrey from Botswana, and he absolutely loves this platform. He joined. When he first joined, he didn't actually have enough money to pay his registration or his donation, but he got the money together and did what he could to get the funds, and he joined in the first level. But immediately, he's got a list of people that he knows. He knows a lot of people personally, not through Facebook, but he's sharing it with everybody out there. And he's already got his first 2 people, and they joined today. And I'm like working with them to get them their 2 people. I aim to do that in the first 48 hours for people. So I'm working closely with them, and then they get there too. And all we're doing is following simple steps, as John said, using the tools available, and keep everything so simple. And I think some people think like, oh, it can't be that easy. So it's, when I say easy, I mean it can't be that easy to share. The most messages I send someone is 3 messages, and by that 3rd message, which I don't take weeks, it could take me 2 minutes to send those 3 messages. By the 3rd message, I've got a yes or no. If they watch a 3-minute video, I send them it and then follow up. Just ask them if they've watched it. And yeah, have you watched the video? Are you ready to start receiving donations into your account? So that's why every day I can do that to a lot of people, basically. But it only takes like 2 people, like for example 2 people like Jeffrey that get it, and the people that he's bringing in, they understand it as well, and they're all doing exactly the same simple things, duplicating, and it completely changes things really fast. So and especially in Botswana, this is an amazing platform for them, and it's really helping a lot of people there.
That's awesome, Rebecca. And we all know how important it is to be in sorting mode, to realize that's all that we do is we just get answers. We're not salesmen. We're not out there putting people in headlocks and, hanging on to them and dragging them along until we can force them to say yes. That just gets us nowhere trying to convince anyone. How important has it been for you to realize that we just sort, and the more people we sort with the tools, the faster it grows?
Yeah, I think like previously I've done other things, and if someone, maybe they said like no, or they might say, oh no, I don't think this will work, I might have tried to overcome their objective. But I don't with this. If someone says, oh, I don't think it's for me, or just a flat no, or anything, no, if they've got a question, I'll answer it. But I don't chase people, and I just move on and say, okay, thank you, have a great day.
That's exactly it. You know, answering questions is one thing, but trying to talk someone into something, there's just no time to waste on that. There's 7 billion people on the earth. We've got to get this out to them. We can't do that if we're chasing people around that don't get it, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, if you do like try and convince someone, and you know, maybe they do join, you've got to think, are they going to do what you're doing? Probably not.
Yeah, it never works out very well when you do that. That's for sure. So that's awesome. Love you sharing with us here today, Rebecca. You're doing a great job. You inspire a lot of people. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You betcha. Let's pop over to the US. We've got a guy there that is going around the clock doing phenomenal things. It's, as many of you know, it's a long weekend in the US this weekend. So a lot of people are sitting out at the lake doing their thing, kind of tuning out of life. But I'll tell you, Earl Cox, he knows how to put this together so that it works with his lifestyle. And he's on a mission to impact the world. Earl, why don't you share with them what you're doing?
Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad most of you guys here on today's training call. I always have something interesting to share with you guys, to get everyone results. Because we're all here looking for the same thing. We all want results. And how we're going to get results is by sharing. That's what we have to do. We all have to share what we have. That's the only how people are going to know what we do and how we can help them. So if we have a lot of people out there who don't know what we have, it's simply because we're not reaching out to them. Basically, guys, what I normally do, like what I started this week, I don't know if you guys notice, I have certain t-shirts that I wear. My t-shirts might be saying, ask me how to make money online. Something to just pique interest. Like when I go to the stores, people ask me how to make money online. Guess what I do? I grab my phone, my mobile landing page, and I send for the phone number, send it to them. I don't explain it. I just say, okay, if you're interested to learn how to make money online, I'm going to send you my website. I want you to check it out. There's a few videos. Look at the videos. The video is going to do all the explaining to you. If you have any questions, get back to me. Simple as that. Guys, sharing. That's it. I talked last week about my capture page, because what I do when someone go to my website, I like being able to follow up with those individuals. So it all depends where the person coming from. They may come to my website once and never go back to my website. But if I capture the information, i.e. when I say capture, the name, email address, or a phone number, I could get back in touch with them so I could follow up. People like seeing stuff over and over before they buy or before they join. So that's a great way to re-engage your prospects, re-engage the information in front of them, put the information in front of them over and over. So a lot of people, I have a couple of team members still struggling and don't understand the reason why they have to share. That's the only how duplication, I think Rebecca talked about it, is a duplication process. The same way I was invited to the program is the same way you was invited to the program is the same way you should share it with others. You saw the value in it, share it with someone else, and they will also see the value. And if you're not doing that, they're not going to know. People might be like, okay, so people have a lot of people curious or don't want to get started, don't want to join, don't believe it. That's fine. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going. On to the next. It's not for everyone. Remember, this program is worldwide, right? We here helping people raise money for any purpose, any reason they want it. They don't have to go to a bank. Going to a bank to get a loan, you're going to have to pay back on there when it comes to interest rate, right? Most people get a loan, and guess what? They fall in default. And crowdfunding, you raise your funds, there's nothing to pay back because people actually helping you raise the money for any reason that you want. So if you're behind on your mortgage, behind on your rent, our platform, what we have the tools to help you raise that funds. And it's not expensive, guys. It don't cost that much. Anyone could afford it. A lot of people are going to tell you, look, I don't have the money. It's not that they don't have the money. It's probably because they don't know what you have. Or for something happened to them in the past that they don't want to get back into it. But then that's where you come to building a relationship. You have to build relationship with people. People do business with people that they know. So if you're not building a relationship with individuals, guess what? They're not going to join you. Social media is key. Facebook, I love Facebook, guys, but Facebook is not the only social media. You have Instagram, you have Snapchat, perfect platform where the younger generations there, the millenniums, you find them on Snapchat. Instagram is powerful. You have LinkedIn. You find professionals on LinkedIn. Guess what? We have professionals who already have a business, but guess what they want? They're looking for funds to promote their advertising, to promote their business. So guess what? They could use our platform to raise the funds that they need. You know, a lot of people out there, a lot of even traditional businesses out there, they don't have the money to advertise. And we have the perfect platform to help them. So we're not just looking for entrepreneurs. We're not just looking for business owners. We're looking for everybody. We could help every single person on this planet. But we have to understand that we have that our tools and our platform could allow us to help people do just that. So if you don't believe in what you have, guess what? Nothing going to happen to you, or nothing going to happen for you. If you're not showing up to this training and taking notes, you know, applying what you learn, is not going to happen for you. But we all know that the program we have is duplicatable 100%. Simple. You go out there, you invite 2 people. If you say you don't know how to find 2 people, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to give you a tip right now, right? If you're married, you got your husband, you got kids, sign them up. Sign your kid up, or sign your brother, your cousin, your aunt. Sign it up, sign them up. That's your first 2. Then guess what? You work and help them find a next 2 person to join them. And then once they receive that donation, they're going to believe you. They're going to see, okay, this actually works. But all they have to do, they have to put the work in. If you come in and don't do nothing, you want to sit there and wait for someone to fall in your grid. I'm not saying you're not going to receive donation. You will receive donation. But guess what? It's going to take you a much longer time versus you're going and actually invite your own 2 people yourself. If anyone gets started about 2 months ago, if you've been in this company or in this program about 2 months ago and you haven't invited at least 2 people yet, you leaving money on the table. You leaving money on the table. That means you're waiting for someone to fall on your grid, which you should not do. Remember, we all are leaders. Once you join this program, we all are leaders, and we are raising our funds for our purpose. Remember, I have goals. You all have goals. And if you're not going to go after your goals for yourself, guess what? Who's going to go after it for you? But you have to have that belief. It's all start with self-belief. You got to believe in what you have. And what we have could definitely help you and thousands of people around the world. Churches, another tip right here. Churches raise funds. We have a platform and talk to your pastors. I have a group of, on my team, are actually apostles. They're actually doing great because they're sharing with other members and they're seeing the value and they're growing. Guys, there's a lot of people out there that you could help. Yes, sometimes there might be a struggle, but guess what? You keep going. Keep going. Every single day you should be posting something, sharing something of value, or even this training right now. You should be inviting people to the training. Even though this is a team call, you could invite your prospects so they could see the camaraderie that we have here, so they could know that we all work together to help each other succeed. That's the key. And if you're not doing that, you're losing out. Because people, when you do that, people see that you are a true leader. Guess what they're going to do? They'll be like, this person is not selfish. They're willing to share the information that they have in getting success. And if you pass it on, guess what? The duplication going to start, because if you sharing what you're doing and your team following you and they're getting results, everyone win, right? We are here. We all won. It don't matter if you join me, you join John, Colin, Mela, Rebecca, or any person. It don't matter who you join. We all here for the same reason, and we all share what we do to get results. We all have the mobile landing page. Put it to use. Share the information and don't try and explain the program to anyone.
That's awesome, Merle. You know, I love your t-shirt idea, you know, because we walk past so many people every day. We just don't know how to throw it out there to them. It's so much nicer when someone says, hey, tell me about what you're doing. That's what the t-shirt does. Now, how effective would it be, Earl, if at that point you just started explaining everything to them and trying to explain crowdfunding and Impact 101 and everything? How effective would that be versus how you do it with the mobile landing page?
Okay. So if you're trying to explain the program to someone, guess what? If you have a brand new person just getting started, the first thing comes to their mind like, wow, I can't explain this. I can't do this, because if I'm taking so much time to try and explain it to you, it's not simple enough. We all want it as simple as possible. Simple process. You could just send on someone to a video, let the video do the selling and telling, and they'll be like, okay, I could do that too. I don't have to know exactly everything off my head. I could just send them the videos and let the video explain. And if they have any questions, they could contact me with the questions. That's simple. So the mobile landing page makes it a lot easier so anyone could actually duplicate it and follow through. So there we have it. Plain and simple, a simple process.
That's exactly it. 4 words, eyeballs on the videos. That's the formula for success. Thank you, Earl. We appreciate it, buddy. Have a great long weekend there.
Thank you, John.
Let's shoot back over to the UK. We've got a lady that was out enjoying the sunshine today, bombing around in her hot little sports car, flashing around town. We got her pinned up now back at her computer. Mel Baxter Smith, could you fill us in how you're building such a great global team? Oh, we got to get you unmuted there, Mel.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know I was. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you well. Thanks. Go ahead, Mel.
Sorry about that. Hello, John and everyone, wherever you are in the world. My name is Mel Baxter Smith, as John has just already said. First of all, thanks very much for inviting me on the call today. I just hope the snippets of information that I give to you today will be beneficial to everyone. I've actually been in relationship marketing now for a number of years. I've been successful in some programs and some programs not so successful. Usually down to the company not delivering what they promised, or maybe the company running out of money, or various reasons. So along the line, I've actually picked up a few tips and tricks on the way, which I wanted to share with you all today. So I wanted to touch on 5 key points, which I think are quite important. The first one is communication. I think communication is key. I've always been so keen on this. Communicate with your team, communicate with your prospects, and communicate with other 101 members. I do regular updates to the team, just snippets of information which I think might be of help. It doesn't have to be lengthy emails, just communicate, letting everyone know you're there if they need any help. Sometimes working at home, it can be a bit lonely, and a friendly email or just a phone call from a team member can just lift your spirits. So don't be afraid, just pop by to say hi. I do actually say in my updates, you know, just come along, say hello, we can have a quick chat. So communication is key. Number 2 is commitment. Commit to certain tasks daily, weekly, if you have the time available. I actually work part-time outside of Impact 101. I've got a part-time job. So I try and use the time best available that I can. Time is valuable for me, and I work Impact 101 in the hours that I actually have got available. Now, if you're going to do 5 prospecting emails a day, do it. If you're going to do 5 Facebook posts, well, just do it. 3 phone calls, do it. And just make a bit of a plan. It's no good doing a mass of activity one week and then nothing for the following week. Just try and do a little bit every week and you will get the results. I think consistency is of the essence, so do something, as I said, every day. Now this one I like, this is number 3. This is what I was taught in my old networking days. Promote impending events. Again, very, very important. And again, it's bringing in communication. So what I mean by this is always keep one step ahead. Always let your team and prospects know what's coming up. The weekly webinars, trainings, it could be a team get-together, new countries joining Impact 101, anything, just informing people of what's coming up, what's going on. It's so important. Any bits of information which you think will help you and your team is just keeping, what we say, everybody in the loop. And again, this is communicating. So that's one of my favorites, actually, because I think it's really, really important. Now, the other one I was told, again, going back to my days of networking, tell stories and paint pictures. Now, what I mean by this is tell a story. Tell your prospects how excited you are about Impact 101. Tell your own stories. But if you're new and you don't have a story, tell people about your sponsor or even someone in the business of Impact 101. We've got some great members on board. We've got some great stories, and I know that they would be only too happy for you, for them to share it with you and your prospects. So painting pictures. Well, painting pictures, I think, showing the videos. We've got some great tools. Now, the video that I like is actually the testimonials on the site, what people are saying. Now that's painting pictures because you're listening to people, You're seeing them and you're hearing their story. So I think, well, all the videos are great, but I think that was really good. And finally, follow up. The most important one, follow up, follow up, follow up. This is vital. Sending an emails out, talking to people, messaging people is really, really great. However, the follow-up is so important. Always try and make a note of your prospects when you talk to them, what they said, what you sent them. Otherwise, you can get into a bit of a muddle. So just write down on a bit of note somewhere or in a book who you spoke to today, what you've sent them. It's really important. And this, again, is just sorting people. You need to know as soon as possible if they want to join your platform. If not, as we've always said, just move on as quickly as you can. So to finish, I'd just like to say that the tools I use, of course, are the videos. The mobile landing page is brilliant. If you do have a campaign, I suggest you do put it on your mobile landing page. I've got mine up. If anybody wants to see mine, I'm very happy to share it with people. Social networking sites, Facebook, LinkedIn, business cards, and I was always told the 3-foot rule. Just talk to anybody who comes in within 3 foot of you. Just ask them the question. So I think also, always when you're talking to people, be polite. Always say to people, may I send you information? I mean, there's nothing worse than sending people information if they haven't asked for it. I do get stuff in my inbox sometimes on Facebook, and I do get a bit cross because I've not actually asked for it. So be polite, say to someone, do you mind if I send you some information? And most people will say yes. Be polite, always smile, and I do believe that people buy people first. So, well, that's it from me today, John. I hope that's helped everybody, and I'll hand it back to you now.
That's awesome, Mel. We appreciate you sharing some real great wisdom there. I just had a vision while you were talking. I pictured you with one of Earl's shirts on. How do you want to make money online? Bombing around the UK in your sports car, you'd be like the Pied Piper, Mel. I love it.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that tip. Thanks. I'll get one of those t-shirts from you, Earl.
You betcha, you betcha. Okay, for our last speaker, last but not least, we're going to stay in the UK. We've got a guy there, again, joined probably 2 minutes from when we started with Impact 101. Just a global leader, together with Robert out of Belgium and Duncan out of Wales. They put together just a phenomenal team down in India and all over the world. They are going crazy. They know how this is done. Colin Simmons, could you come on and share with everybody, please?
Hey, John, thanks very much for asking me to be on the call today. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Loud and clear, buddy.
Brilliant. It's my pleasure again to be on here. I love talking about what we're doing at Impact 101. Now, I'm trying to get across some tips for everybody. This is a very simple business or a simple platform. But it's also simple not to do. So the key thing is you've got to say, look, I've got to talk to as many people as I can. Who do I know who could do with more money than they have today? It is the simple stuff that works. We know this works. It's been going for just over 4 months. And if you think about this, just over 4 months, and we've done 4.8 million in donations from person to person. 4.8 million. And if you listen to that 3-minute video, it was at 4.1 million only 3 weeks ago. $700,000 of donations have gone from person to person. So why has that happened? Because people are talking to people. So if you're not getting the results that you want, look and see, have I spoken to enough people? And it doesn't matter if they say yes or no, by the way. What you're doing, especially if you just started, it's about letting people know what you're involved with. So that if somebody else goes to them later, they go, oh, Colin's doing that. And this has happened to me recently. Somebody I personally know has joined Impact 101 that I didn't tell about it. So what I'm saying is stuff that I also need to do. So I remember last week, my colleague Duncan talked about making a list. Now, if you heard his talk last week and you think that's a great idea, but you haven't made a list, well, then you got to look at yourself and say, look, I've got to start today. Now I'm going to make a change. Now I'm going to make a list, which is hard to do, to write people down. Most people find that very hard to do, but you need to do it. Just go through your friends list on Facebook for a starter and say, have I spoke to this person about what I'm doing? And the way you talk to them is you don't just blurt it out to them. You ask them how they're getting on. You say, well, what are you doing these days? Is it working for you? And I go, yes, it's working. You go, fantastic. But could you do with more money than you have now? And they're going to go, well, yes, I could. How? I say, well, look, I've just started something. I can't explain it. I've got a video that explains it better than I can. It's all the simple stuff. You don't want to be explaining it, as it's been said already today. No need to explain it to anybody. Your goal is to get that video in front of them. That's it. Now, for all those people that have been involved for the last 4 months that are thinking, well, I've spoke to everybody I know. Look at the leaderboard today. Look at how strong it is in Asia. So who do you know that's Chinese? Who do you know that's from Malaysia? When you go and get your takeaway, like we have lots of takeaways in the UK, it's just a conversation. I've started a new business that's growing in China. They'll say, tell me more about it. I then want to get my landing page to them. They can click it in their language and they can listen. How simple could that be? Before you know it, you could have a business growing out in China or in Malaysia. Now, what I've also seen recently, especially out of India, is that everybody gets together. They've got teams of people all working together. Now, remember, this is crowdfunding. It's about getting a crowd of people together. It's only a 2x2, by the way. 2 people who help 2 people. So you haven't got to know everybody. You just got to get 2 people together that are interested, help them get there too. You've heard some great tips on here already today about working with 2 people, helping those 2 get 2 people. So whether you've just started today or you've been in 4 months, it makes no difference. There's loads, there are billions and billions of people that need what we offer. So just start from today if you haven't started yet and say, right, where am I going to be by the end of May? We've got about, I don't know how many days left, 6 days left or something. Where will I be by the end of May? Will I have my 2? How will I find my 2? Well, I've got to talk to more people. It's the simple stuff. We haven't got to be salespeople. You just got to have conversation with people. It's about energy. The time you stop talking about it is the time the energy stops and everything slows down. People need what we have, really, is what I'm trying to say. So it's up to you to be the person to share it with them. John, I think that's really it. I mean, I could go on and on, but it's the basics of what we do on a daily basis that gets us the results.
Well, that's it. It's having the passion, having the belief, realizing it's eyeballs on the videos, and realizing it's total numbers. We don't know anyone's answer. It's always no unless we put it out there to them. Then there's the opportunity to maybe have it be a yes once they have a look. I love your thought about the takeaway restaurants and all over. That's how you build global. People know people everywhere. You can go anywhere you want. You can go park yourself at a big international hotel in the lobby, and by the time you leave there that day, you can have team members in 20 or 30 different countries. You can do the same thing at the airport. It comes down to how bad you want it and going after it. So Colin, yeah, you're phenomenal. I mean, no better example of how to build globally than what you're doing. We certainly appreciate it, buddy. I also want to mention with Colin, himself and Duncan do a fantastic job of doing live presentations every week. The schedule is in your back office. Plug your people into that. We've got the recordings there too. That means you can jump your people on there and have people like this explain it for you. Tremendous tool. It's just using the tools. That's what makes it work. Now, speaking of tools, we got 2 big calls coming up this week, like we do every week, where it's updates, more tips, and really giving people a sense of the community, a sense of the company, and where we're going and how they can play a major role in it. So the schedule's right there. You can also check in your back office. We always encourage people to do a 90-day blitz. You know, if you want to build something big, It's much easier to do it fast than it is to do it slow. Because if you do it, if you get involved with the 90-day blitz, that means you do some very consistent things over and over again, very much for 90 days. And the grand total of all of that efforts, first off, you get in a rhythm, you get into a routine. It becomes so easy and simple to do. You're not doing stops and starts. Your team sees how engaged you are. They follow your lead. At the end of 90 days, you can have your team and your platform miles ahead of what it might take you 2 years to do. So jump into your back office, click on System for Success, click on 90-Day Blitz. It'll walk you through why it's so effective. Lock in, make your commitment, and you'll get to where you want to be. So with that, I always like to say, let's come at this from the right place. Okay, we all want results, but come with a big heart to help as many people as you possibly can get to wherever they want to be. That's what's going to get you there. That is, you help enough people get to where they want to be, it's going to come back to you many, many times over. So let's think global. Let's keep it simple. Let's use the tools, and let's go impact some people by getting eyeballs on the videos. That's what it comes down to. Great job to all of our speakers today. We appreciate all of you. Have an awesome day, everybody. Let's go have fun out there. Take care.
Crowdfunding is exploding. This industry produced it 34 billion in revenue worldwide, and donations are projected to hit over 300 billion by 2025. It's 100% legal, and it's one of the fastest growing industries all over the world. It's not MLM. It was signed into US law by President Barack Obama as part of the 2012 Jobs Act. Since that time, billions of dollars have been given to personal causes with no repayment needed. You probably heard of crowdfunding platforms like GoFundMe and Kickstarter that people are using right now. The simplest type of crowdfunding is donation-based. This is where many individuals give money to a cause, charity, or a person without expecting anything in return. Each individual donation may be small or large, and usually the donations are given to fund a specific purpose or goal. The Impact System for Success, our crowdfunding platform, Simple works. It's a no-brainer for anyone looking to raise funds for a cause or simply to raise funds for themselves or their family. Crowdfunding is a worldwide trend to generate and receive funds. Tens of thousands of people and small businesses all over the planet have already received funding for all sorts of projects. With our crowdfunding system, you can receive from $20 up to $2,400 in your pocket over and over again, daily. Currently, the crowdfunding industry does tens of billions of dollars annually, and it's exploding worldwide. The World Bank predicts that number will grow nearly 20 times that size in the coming years. You will be amazed to discover how surprisingly simple it is to get the financial funding you want or need. You can receive cash donations for anything. Starting or expanding a business, help fund a favorite charity, paying off your mortgage, helping to support a local pet shelter, donating to a veterans program, helping a local food bank, pay off your medical expenses, pay for student loans, raising funds for disaster relief, even fund your dream vacation. The sky is the limit with Impact 101. 1. Register and become an active member. 2. Help 2 new people become active members. 3. Help those 2 more become active members. Let's make an impact global. Get back to the person who shared this video with you and ask for more information. Crowdfunding